EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Taylor. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Running right through him. They had 2 straight 1st downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. He gets it left side to Johnson. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. A strong running. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. These 2 teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Escapes the defender. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd
Absolutely.
make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is, the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Trucks over him. He's like a freight train. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead.
First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Taken from about the 12.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their third in a row. And the question is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Flushed out right. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, this is Harris. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They hand this off to Harris. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and the Bengals grab it. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's at the 40, the 20. And this is taken into the end zone, a fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Dancing to his left. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And now off to the races down the right side. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Here's a give to Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. The quick slant caught. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
On first down, it's Taylor. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, They've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
On the tackle, it was Greg Stroman, the former Virginia Tech Hokie. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Burrow on play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
11 empty. Mike 14. 12. Team 14. Switch up.
Burrow looking to pass.
They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip.
On 2nd and 10, Taylor.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Tanner Muse with it. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
11. 12.
Here's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. First down. Here's Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now Burrow on first down. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. McPherson's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check. Hot route. Hot. Kill.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here we go. Ready? Ready, front. 12. Alert 3. 11 coming. Check that. We're right 52 right here. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next? There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7.
Makes the score. Bengals 20, Steelers 7. Chris
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
11. Let him empty.
From the 27, Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52. 11.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Mike, check 33. 33. Check the out. Check the out. Check the out.
Burrow will throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's coming. We got double up.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here.
11.
The Burrow's going to look to throw for it. That's caught, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back.
And now the rookie's free. 20, 10, 5. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. He returns the kick 88 yards to the house. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Steelers 14.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter.
12, 11 Thomas. 11 Thomas. Check 12, 11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 69 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. They'll run on first down. Mixon, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
11 empty.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
12. Hey, check back 33. Watch the run. Mike, check 33. 12.
Now it's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Delano Hill. And the Steelers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now it's Taylor. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Ebron caught left side. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. He gets it complete to Harris. Touchdown! Najee Harris hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
21. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return it, Darius Phillips. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint. Safe. Check the backer. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. That's right.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Big 13. Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, check like 33. Check like 33. I'm here all day. 11 Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And some room to roam now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Running left, it's Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
So that one's CD going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
84 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brings us a 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Ready? Playing hot. Mike 14, Mike 14. 11. 14 the Mike. 14 hot.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. Breaks through the contact. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. On 1st down, Mixon trying to run inside, but nothing there. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Bengals, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.